Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Prime Minister will participate in SCO Council of Heads of Government meeting commencing in Russian city of Sochi tomorrow. Shahid Haqqan Abbasi inaugurated first unit of 1320 megawatt coal-based power plant at Port Qasim in Karachi today. President has urged Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission to base its future planning on emerging regional scenario and challenges to the country. All Pakistan Naat-Khwani competition was held at National Broadcasting House in Islamabad today. In Afghanistan, authorities have executed 5 criminals involved in kidnapping and murder in Herat province. Lahore Whites have qualified for final of National T20 Cup, beating Faisalabad in first semi-final by 10 runs in Rawalpindi today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahid Haqqan Abbasi will participate in the 16th meeting of Council of Heads of Government of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, beginning at Russian city of Sochi from tomorrow. He is attending the meeting on the invitation of his Russian counterpart, D.A. Medvedov. The meeting is mandated to focus on the strategy, prospects, and priorities for SCO's developmental cooperation. Shahid Haqqan Abbasi will also participate in the SCO retreat being hosted by the Russian Prime Minister with his other SCO counterparts. Prime Minister Shahid Haqqan Abbasi inaugurated the first unit of 1320 megawatt coal-fired power plant at Port Qasim in Karachi today. The Unit 1 will generate 660 megawatt electricity. Earlier on arrival, the Prime Minister was received by Sindh Governor Mohammad Zubair, Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah, and other senior officials. Minister for Power Sardar Awais Ahmed Khan Laghari has invited Japanese entrepreneurs to explore Pakistan's $4 billion market in power distribution system. Talking to Japanese Ambassador Takashi Korai in Islamabad today, he said the government has been able to bridge the demand and supply gap, and now the emphasis is fast shifting to providing electricity to the end consumers. The Japanese ambassador said his country will continue to provide assistance to Pakistan in different fields. He said many Japanese companies are showing interest in investing power sector in Pakistan. President Mamnoon Hussain has urged Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission to base its future planning on emerging regional scenario and challenges to the country. He was addressing convocation of Pakistan Institute of Engineering and Applied Sciences in Islamabad today. The president said apart from defense consideration, the planning should also take into account the economic aspects. He said new opportunities and challenges will emerge with the implementation of CPAC, which is a flagship project of China's One Belt, One Road initiative. He said apart from increased connectivity, setting up of industrial parks will create employment opportunities and opportunities for strengthening of the national economy. The president said these opportunities can be explored through proper human resource development. Minister for Interior Ehsan Iqbal says a 2,000-strong anti-riots police force will be raised to maintain peace in the federal capital in any eventuality. He was speaking during his visit to the Center of Counter-Terrorism Force at police lines in Islamabad today. The minister said foolproof security will be ensured to residents of Islamabad. He said full-fledged operations were launched against terrorism across the country, and as a consequence today, peace has been attained in Balochistan and Karachi. Effective operations have also been carried out in Fatah to root out terrorism from the area. Ehsan Iqbal said back of terrorists has been broken to a great extent because of these operations. Speaker National Assembly Sardar Ayaz Sadiq says Pakistan is desirous of expanding relations with friendly countries. He was talking to the ambassadors of France, Sudan, and the United Arab Emirates who called on him separately in Islamabad today. Matters relating to bilateral relations and mutual interests were discussed in the meetings. The speaker said Pakistan wants to promote cooperation with all the countries for regional development and economic stability. Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim of Qatar held a meeting with former Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif in Lahore today and discussed matters of mutual interest. Speaking on the occasion, Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim said Qatar has invested in Pakistan due to prudent policies of the present government. All Pakistan Naat-Khwani competition was held at National Broadcasting House in Islamabad today as part of celebrations of Eid Milad an-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The event was jointly organized by Radio Pakistan and Pakistan Television. Addressing the ceremony, Minister for Religious Affairs Sardar Muhammad Yusuf said no law can be legislated against Quran and Sunnah in Pakistan. This is Radio Pakistan. AJK Prime Minister Raja Farooq Haider Khan has said that Mansehra-Muzaffarabad-Mangla Expressway under CPAC will bring economic revolution in the state. Talking to media in Muzaffarabad today, he said this is a 4-lane expressway with interchanges at Kohala, Rara, and Lohargali near capital city. AJK Prime Minister said this is a project to be completed with estimated cost of 400 million rupees. In occupied Kashmir, senior resistance leaders have said India is victimizing the Kashmiris for demanding their just and legitimate right to self-determination. Addressing a seated conference at Hyderabad in Srinagar today, Sayyid Ali Gilani, Miwai Umar Farooq, and Muhammad Yasin Malik deplored that New Delhi was subjecting the illegally detained Kashmiris lodged in different jails of India and the occupied territory to the worst kind of inhuman treatment. They said that Indian brutalities could not subdue the Kashmiris' freedom sentiment, and they would take the ongoing liberation movement to its logical conclusion at all costs. They urged the international human rights organizations to visit the Har jail and take first-hand account of the ill treatment being meted out to the Kashmiri prisoners. In Afghanistan, authorities have executed 5 members of a criminal group behind several kidnappings and murder in the western province of Herat. The convicts were executed at Palay Charki prison in the capital, Kabul. According to Deputy Spokesperson for the Interior Ministry, Nasrat Rahimi, Askar Anwari, a former member of the Provincial Council in Herat, was among the 5 who were hanged. In Egypt, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has given security forces a 3-month deadline to restore security and stability in the troubled northern Sinai. In a televised ceremony in Cairo, President Sisi authorized newly appointed Chief of Staff, Major General Mohammad Farid Hagzai, to use all brute force against the militants. This is the second time since last Friday's horrific massacre in a Sinai village that al-Sisi ordered the use of brute force against the militants. Lebanese President Michael Aoun said that Saad al-Hariri will remain prime minister and Lebanon's political crisis will be resolved in a few days. According to Italian newspaper report, Michael Aoun said there is a broad agreement between all the political forces within and outside government. China has expressed grave concern over North Korea's intercontinental ballistic missile test. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Geng Shuang told at a news briefing in Beijing today that China hopes all parties act cautiously to preserve peace and stability. Commenting on the missile test by North Korea, the U.S. President Donald Trump said the launch of missile will not change his administration's approach to North Korea. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. Shallow foggy conditions are likely over few plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning hours. To end the news, here again a few of the headlines. Prime Minister will participate in SCO Council of Heads of Government meeting commencing in Russian city of Sochi tomorrow. Shahid Haqqan Abbasi inaugurated first unit of 1320 megawatt coal-based power plant at Port Qasim in Karachi today. President has urged Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission to base its future planning on emerging regional scenario and challenges to the country. All Pakistan Naat-Khwani competition was held at National Broadcasting House in Islamabad today. And with this, we come to the end of the news for the moment. For more news and analysis, visit our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.